everybody, to another edition of Everyday Health Hacker. I'm Mike Herzing, along with the awesome Dr. Lisa Liao.
Well, today we're going to talk about some great things, and we're going to talk about supplements and are their ads deceptive? So stay tuned as we talk about that. Yeah.
No, can't be. Tell me it's not so. Dr. Liao is Chief Medical Officer right here at Meridian Health Institute in Sugar Land, Texas. You know, our goal is to give you some information to help you make informed decisions concerning your health. And I can't not believe it.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not so.
Not all those commercials. They can't be deceptive. Kind of like propaganda.
No, at least Big Pharma's not involved, but there's big,
You'd be
big advertising.
You'd be surprised because there are supplements that are in the physician's desk reference.
Really?
And you were talking about it's the non-prescription physician's desk reference that they can apply for. And I think we were just having a recent conversation about J.D. Powers and what that means.
Yeah, well, that's about the same thing. Whatever you pay for, you get.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
So we're always looking for some top supplements to recommend. And, you know, on Everyday Health Hackers, we have a nutritional recommendations that are on there. We'll be adding to those as well. But there's a lot of things that we like. There's one of the newest things that came out, just got a sample of this week, and it was called Bronx Water. And it is an alkaline water. It tastes great, and the whole idea is to stay hydrated. So I'm excited about sharing that, and I'll put that on our Amazon storefront as well because we are all very pleased with it. And I believe, I don't know if you know about this, but 3P Off-Road is also going to be using it as well.
Oh, well, there you go.
So there you go.
My son's race team will use that stuff, but there are so many supplements for so many things: nail growth, hair growth, skin. Some of them are okay. Some of them are weird. I mean, there are supplements you can buy. You have to buy through a healthcare professional.
Right.
You know, like I said, my daughter is a registered dietitian, so there's some things I have to get through her that are awesome. They're very well. I mean, as a matter of fact, they're expensive, but they're really good. And then there's stuff you buy at Walmart
On Amazon.
or you buy at the Circle K.
Yes.
And okay.
And some of them, I always share with people, let's take something that's really simple that everybody's taking, is vitamin D. And people will say, well, I go to the grocery store and I get it. And some of them they truly are. They're okay. They're better than not taking it. However, some of them are not great. So if you're not seeing a response within 2 to 3 months, change your supplement.
Yeah.
Because some people will come in and say, hey, do you know about this one? And I'll look it up just, on everything. And a lot of times it'll say proprietary blend. And when it says proprietary blend, that means the doctor will never know what's actually in it. Yeah. And usually proprietary blends don't even have a patent on them, because if they have a patent, would know what was on them. That's why, with medications, we actually do know. But a lot of times I'll look at the organic structure, if that's in there, and that will actually help me to understand if it's going to absorb water better, if it's going to help break up the water in your system more, and how that works. But not every brand will put the organic structures on there. But that is one of the clues, because, as a neurochemist, biochemist, I like looking at those kinds of things. It's just fun to me. And not everybody can do that. So one of the things I always encourage is everybody make a list. Take a look and see if it says pharmaceutically manufactured, because what that means is that it's in a clean room. Basically, that whole manufacturing plant is making sure that every tablet that you're taking, let's call it a vitamin D, it might say 125 milligrams or it might say 5,000 units. The key to that, if it's in the physician's desk reference for non-prescription medications, is that every one of them is 5,000. One that might be just gotten off the shelf at any store USA, then what that means is that the average in that bottle is going to be 125 milligrams or 5,000, which means one could be 1 and one could be 10,000. The average is 5,000, and that's still considered legal and okay to do. So I think it's very important that you know what you're taking. The ones that I recommend are all very consistent throughout, and I do love vitamin D. Modere is what I use. It tastes good. It's kind of a citrus. If it's rainy out and it's been real gray like it has been here in Houston, we'll actually take 2 of them to increase our vitamin D because we're not getting the natural vitamin D from being outdoors because we do like to be outdoors. But there's so many different things that are out there. Amino acids, your protein powders, how do you know which one is good? I'll have some people that'll bring protein powders that'll say 45 grams. Your body cannot absorb 45 grams at one time. So that's just kind of a misnomer. Most people's bodies will absorb about 27 at a sitting. So that's why you break up things with your vegetables. Having a balanced nutritional plan is very important. And supplements are a part of that.
Well, what if it says Nature's Bounty or have all these cool names like,
gosh, I wish I was the one that came up with
I
the
know
names.
the names look so cool.
Because
That's
some
the
of
best
the
ones.
names are
Puritans this
are the
and
selling
all
point.
But, that's because what else you can do? And then if it's Amazon, you'll have to look at how many stars, which you don't know who actually.
You don't, and that's why I always
the whole
look for a history of it. Just looking on their Instagram or their Facebook, it's hard. But go in and look at the reviews on Google, Chrome, wherever you want, and look to see that there's a lot of them. There's also several magazines that will report on things that are truly snarky. So.
Yeah.
Find out which ones those are if you're taking them and stop taking them and choose something else.
Yeah, then you look at some of the magazines, you find out that they're really just set up by
A lot of
the
times
companies
it's a
that do the
star
review.
is
Yeah.
now, they're being paid,
Yeah, they're
a
being
lot of
paid
dollars in order to submit for that.
And that's a shame.
I remember when there was a time in the United States that there were no commercials for Big Pharma, much less vitamins. That has changed. So we see a lot of things that are out there that can't be unseen. Let's just keep it that way.
That's the sad part. You go in a certain depends on what you're looking at, or you're looking at some of the morning shows, and that ladies will look at, and you see all the
Yes.
ads for exactly what
Yes.
they're wanting to buy and all their
Yeah.
age group, and it just it works.
Yes.
And that's the sad part.
And it works for some people. I mean, there's a group, it's called Life Vantage, and I love their collagen. And I can truly tell a difference in just my facial features with the collagen when I'm taking it and I'm not taking it. But that's my personal story, and the people that I recommend, they've also seen pretty dramatic
She gets
changes.
choked up just thinking about
I
it.
do. I get choked up thinking about it. But, we're all at an age group in our mid 50s, 40s, wherever you want to. For those of you all who are
30s
taking
right here,
Botox,
yeah.
is that, we're looking at how do we look younger, stay younger, and feel younger. And your supplement choices are a big part of that.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Yes.
Well, you eat really the best.
I do my best. I mean, last night we were all comparing our chia pudding recipes. So, yeah, we do like good things to eat and have good snacks.
Yeah, and the whole office here, they eat great. Everybody looks good.
Yes.
Everybody's healthy, and it's just disgusting. No,
But
it's
no,
great.
well, we actually practice what we preach here. And if we're not the examples, then how can we be a good example and a good mentor to our patients? So that's part of whether we're doing weight loss or we're just going over supplements from an anti-aging perspective. The key is that if we can keep your inflammation levels low, then that in itself is anti-aging, and it's also building your immunity at the same time.
They only bring me in because I'm the before guy and they're the after people. So that's how it works.
It's teamwork.
There we
Teamwork to
go.
make the dream
That's
work.
teamwork. But no, some of these things they're scary to get them because you might as well just throw them in the trash because they're just useless.
Well,
They're probably even damaged.
And some of them
won't even help.
are not good. So I do recommend for people to look at reviews. And also, I mean, they're always welcome to go and talk to their primary care physician. I've had patients that have brought me 2 grocery sacks of which vitamins do I take. And we'll actually have a separate appointment that we will break them all out because a lot of times they're taking 3 of the same thing, but they're not aware of it.
Right.
So we'll have a bag that goes home and it can go to wherever they want. And then it's a small portion I try to keep everything to a steady 5 or 6 supplements that they'll take daily to keep them feeling at their very best. But we've got to break it down on what that individual needs.
You don't need to take we had some lady 52 supplements or something.
We've had patients that have come in and taken them like, well, what do you eat? They don't have an appetite for food, and that's not good either. Dr. Folds and I do a lot of powders. We do a lot of powders here at Meridian so that we just add it to our iced tea. So instead of having to swallow a tablet, it's mixed into our iced tea, which is, yes, we do take a little caffeine.
Well, there you go. It's good stuff. All right, folks. If you have any questions, info at Everyday Health Hacker is the way to get hold of her, and she will look at every single one of them.
Yes.
And answer you. It's really
And
crazy.
our team is there to support us in doing that. But if you have questions on what supplements are good supplements, take a look at everydayhealthhacker.com, look at the nutritionals, and we'll have a list of a lot of nutritionals. Or you can go to the Amazon storefront, Dr. Lisa Leal, and we also have supplement recommendations as well there.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It works.
Trying
And
to
they
get the
don't
word
make
out.
money off of it, so there we go. So,
It's just making recommendations. That's what we're here for.
and you have more customers than you can really handle. So that's awesome. All right, folks, have an awesome week as usual, and subscribe, and that way you'll find out more about us.
All right. You have a blessed day. And please tell us and comment what nutritional that you're taking and that you love. We'd love to learn about it.